Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Grand Rising. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. All right, let's chant a little japa here. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, starting a little early here in UK, and just to catch the crowd over in America. It was up anyway, so that's how it is. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama 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 Hari Hari Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Nityananda Shri Advaita Shri Advaita Nityananda 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 Shri Advaita Shri Advaita Gora Chandra 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 Gora Gora Chandra 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Shri Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Hey, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna. Radha Krishna, 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 Radha Krishna. Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna. Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna, Krishna, Radha 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna. Ooh, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna. Let's see here, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Hey, welcome everybody. Okay. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna. There's this one that's here. I'm looking for something. What is it on? Transcendental knowledge. Oh, yeah. Contents of the Gita. Okay. I'm looking for something. Where is that? Where is it? Where does it begin? Where does this song begin? Krishna, 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 Krishna. Okay, probably here. Okay, summarized. Krishna, Krishna. Contents of the Gita summarized. Is this where it is? Okay. Anyway, most confidential knowledge in the Gita here. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Jai Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge. Most confidential knowledge. And realization. See, what's interesting is I shall, not only do you get the knowledge, but you get the realization. See, the understanding of a devotee. See, so that this is, the Lord wants to impart to him that, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence. Most confidential knowledge. This morning I was listening to one part of Jardardhan's talk, and he was talking about the cure for the offenses to a Vaishnava. The aparads and the offenses to a Vaishnava, you got to fill your mouth with the glories of true Vaishnavas. See, so a lot of devotees, everybody is, what I see is just unclear about these subject matters. Just practically everything is so unclear to the devotees, simply because they don't chant like this. It's just simple chanting, and this ecstatic, intimate bond with Krishna reveals all parts of Vaishnavism. Like, who is a Vaishnava? Who are they talking? Who is Lord Chaitanya talking about? See, a lot of people think a Vaishnava is everybody who has the name Vaishnava or is in ISKCON or Gaudiya Smriti or one of these groups. They're Vaishnavas. Okay? And so if you offend any of the devotees there, but where they take offense by what you say, or even something you say from your heart that's truthful for your truth may not be the truth, but it's your truth. It's coming up. They think, oh, that's really offensive, man. You should be more humble. That kind of thing. See, everything's kind of not clear in Vaishnavism. Yeah, all the way to the point, like I saw this thing come across my Facebook desk. I consider that my desk, office desk. So this thing came across me, and it had Prabhupada and Shamarani next to each other. Prabhupada had all these garlands around, and then Shamarani also, same size, same, and she had the garlands all around her, and and uh, and so did uh, Shamarani, and they both have same picture, same size, everything. And Lalita couldn't tolerate that. She had to say something, just like I would say. I saw, when Prabhupada disappeared, and things were going on. The God Brothers did a similar thing. They put Prabhupada's picture there, and they put their picture, like Sridhar. They had Sridhar there, or Govinda Maharaj, or the Gaudiya Math, to show, and the equal size, and they're sitting side by side, showing, you see, these persons are equal. See, the same kind of thing. So people like neophytes, beginners, they look at that and say, oh, they see they're equal. This is a very symbolic thing. It's what the world does. See, the world does a similar thing like that. They just they show you a symbol of what they want you to believe, something symbolizing. See, this symbolizes that Prabhupada and Sridhar and the Gaudiya Math, they're all equal level. See, this shows symbol. So now there's a symbol there. They have Shamarani with the garlands, and Prabhupada with the garlands around, symbolizing, Shamarani is the successor for Prabhupada. They just like they did there. The Maya never changes. It's always the same illusion. See? So it's like a rerun. See, so my disciples, naturally, they see that, they say, well, there's something wrong here. They're not just going to comply and accept that symbol as being true, and see the intentions. See, so everybody sees, oh, okay, well, Shamarani's a successor because she's got the picture. She's side by side. She has all the kind of garlands of Prabhupada. She must be the successor. See, people actually think like they're like programmed by the pictures. See? But is it the true picture of what's going on there? Is anybody claiming to be a successor to Prabhupada, are they actually on the same level? See, that's the thing. And people, they don't know these things. They don't know what it is to be a successor of Prabhupada. That's not really clear. They don't know what is in a Vaishnava that you can offend. There's so many subject matters they don't know. Why? Yeah. Oh, well, because, this kind of stuff here. The Supreme Lord, that Supreme Personality of Godhead, who Arjuna knew and believed in and surrendered to, and the Lord says, yeah, my dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, and I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization. See, only the Father knows the Son, and the Son knows the Father. See, like Arjuna, the Father imparted these truths to Arjuna because he was a devotee and a friend of Krishna. Thing still happens now. It's the same thing now. When you have a bona fide spiritual master, it's like chapter 1 of Adi Lila, the Lord appears as that guru. He speaks through that guru. By medium, what is this, a bunch of words? Here, is it just a bunch of words that Krishna speaks through the Vi medium, Vi medium, the clear channel of the spiritual master? It's like you're getting Krishna. You're getting Krishna's real teachings. You're getting that impartation. See, the spiritual master is like Brahma, in a sense. See, Brahma, these truths were imparted to the heart of Brahma, and he had realization of these things. See? The devotee's heart has been purified by this ecstatic worship. Okay? And therefore, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is this book, man, in the Parampara system. Okay? And the devotee looks at these books, looks at these words, and the Lord imparts the understanding because they worship the Lord with prema. Okay? The Lord, just like Arjuna is getting it from Krishna there, Krishna's with the real devotee that has real devotion, like Arjuna did, and he imparts it because the book is Krishna. Non-different. Isn't that what the Vedas say? The name of Krishna is non-different than Krishna? What is it, just a bunch of bullshit words? Or is that really true? The conception of Krishna, the realization, the understanding of Krishna, if it's from a devotee who is worshiping the Lord in prema, is the real Krishna. But if you're not worshiping the Lord in prema, is your understanding the same Krishna? Shamarani's putting her picture, some disciple maybe is putting her picture next to Prabhupada. Is that the same understanding of Krishna and Krishna's real devotees? Or is that the understanding of a neophyte who will just accept, well, her picture's right there, and she's got the stamp Guru Dev, and she was initiated by Prabhupada. Yeah, she has the same amount of garlands. Maybe I think of some more there. Is she really the successor of Prabhupada? Or who else is doing that? Is Sridhar the real successor of Prabhupada? See, everybody wants, isn't that funny? Prabhupada is the standard, right? They all use Prabhupada. You know why? Because he was, the real standard. And people, they just, they use Prabhupada as a standard because they know that. And so they see there's the people they want to be of the same standard. But are they of the same standard? Is Shamarani of the same standard as Prabhupada? Is she a real successor? Is Gohari of the same standard? He's guru, right? He's at least amongst 15 or 20 people. She's got probably 1,000 disciples. She inherited the title, right? Inherited the lineage there. People respect her, and they maybe have 1,000 disciples or something. See, who is the real successor of Prabhupada? Who is the success of Prabhupada? Who was the success of Bhaktisiddhanta? Who was the success of Bhakti Vinod? See, well, that was Bhaktisiddhanta. We all could come to that. The God brothers will say, yeah, Bhaktisiddhanta was the success of Bhakti Vinod. Look, he preached and he had devotion. They know he had to. He may have not have shown it, but he had deep realization. They would agree like that. They didn't believe that about Prabhupada at first. For many, many years, they thought, Prabhupada is nothing. We're sannyasi. He's a grihasta, rotting away in household life, but we're different. See, and then later on, as Prabhupada showed that he had the empowerment from Krishna, then even the God brothers started to recognize. They started to take notice. Oh, there's some special empowerment there. We want to be like him. See, a lot of prematurely they think, well, we're also sannyasis, so let's be acharyas and all that stuff. Well, they did that before, actually. But even after, and they always use Prabhupada as a standard. You see, Shamarani is also using Prabhupada as a standard. That's rightly so. But do they really know the standard? Are they taught the standard? Was Shamarani taught the real standard by Narayan Raj to be able to allow her picture to be right next to Prabhupada with all the garlands like that? Or is there some deficiency in the understanding and knowledge? Okay? People need to ask these questions. People call, some of my students, they're calling me Bhakti Vedanta. Is he a real Bhakti Vedanta? Does his Vedanta come from Bhakti? Devotion? Yeah. Is he a Srila Gaur Haridas? Is he a real Srila? Is it is Shamarani a Srila? What is it? Why? What does Srila mean? Srila means presenting the beautiful pastimes of Krishna, but they're only really beautiful when they're authentic, you know, and people really feel them. Not feeling here, not intellectual, not speculative, not speculation. See, people don't know the real standards of these things. See, what is the standard of a person that is a successor of Prabhupada? Yeah. First and foremost, they're a Bhakti Vedanta, right? Bhakti Vedanta. Prabhupada got his Vedanta from Bhakti, not just study. He studied, yeah, but he studied the name of Krishna. That's why the whole movement took off, because of his chanting Hare Krishna in ecstasy. See, and people got purified, and then they developed an affinity for the messages of Vasudev to an extent. But a lot of them were busy working, working, building temples and all that. So that's the whole thing. This is why the movement is not clear, and why it breaks. The parampara system has to be continued by devotees who's have real devotion, real prema, matured. See, then the disciplic line will continue. Otherwise, it will peter out. Yeah, because people they promote speculative concepts and conceptions of Krishna. They become gurus, they without having the qualification of a spiritual master. That means they don't understand the real tattvas, the real truths of even Guru Tattva, because they're not on that level yet. Yeah, they think that they can be a guru, a spiritual master, take disciples without having any real prema, real pure devotion. That's not the standard. In the Narayan Raj group, that's not the standard. Or maybe they have prema and nobody can show it, nobody can prove it. Yeah? Their idea of prema, what I see, is an intellectual understanding and memorization of the verses. Oh, that's good enough. You go be Guru Dev now. You deliver disciples. So that was never Prabhupada's standard. Prabhupada said, actually, my guru never mentioned anything that anybody in the group is acharya. He didn't mention anything. But yet without authority, they appointed an acharya. That's the words of Prabhupada. Without authority. Bhakti Siddhanta was of the standard. And he knew. See, let the acharya rise by the will of Krishna. And then you will be empowered to be a spiritual master to deliver your disciples. If that's, here in this Gaudiya Vaishnava line, it's like running an Olympic race, because people are not qualified for deliverance right away. There's in a worldwide mission is just to get people to accept that Krishna is God is a great thing. It's an amazing thing, because most of the world don't believe that or didn't believe that. See, it's like an Olympic race. You have those runners, they're running a race, and they can't finish the whole race by themselves for various reasons. One is life expectancy. So they pass the baton over to the next runner. See? So the question should be, who has Prabhupada passed that baton on to continue the race? Will be the real successor. And that's important, to know the real successor. Otherwise, what good is having a false successor? So many of those who are claiming to be, especially now, somebody wants to, they all want to, jump into successorship and be a successor prematurely. The kangaroo, remember? Kangaroo, jumping gurus. They want to jump over to that level. They wanted to do that immediately. As soon as Bhakti Siddhanta disappeared, a real empowered, transcendently empowered devotee, they might have want to jump into the acharya position, which they did, many of them. And everything just went to hell. Literally went to hell fighting, court cases, murders even. Beating devotees up physically, all kinds of weird shit, man. Yeah, jumping the kangaroo. After Prabhupada disappeared, kangaroos came out again, jumped over to spiritual master with the high seats, took disciples, and you had to worship these gurus as good as God. Were they really? No, of course not. So the $1 million question is, who is a real successor of Prabhupada? Yeah. Who's going to bring success to this movement? Yeah. Who is of the same standard as a Prabhupada? Because that's a charya. Otherwise, to accept a lower standard is stupid, and that's what people do already. They don't have a clear picture of what is a successor or an acharya. So what is the successor or success of Prabhupada? Well, to me, it's obvious. Who can bring this movement now up to the level that Lord Chaitanya brought it? Who can bring ecstatic chanting as a standard? Who can bring the Bhakti Lata Bij to the devotees? See, Bhakti Lata Bij is Chaitanya Lila preaching, the postgraduate. Who can bring that Bhakti Lata Bij to persons like Shamarani, who's trying to be a successor without it? And the same thing with all of those persons. I did not see any Bhakti Lata Bij in the Narayan Raj group. They don't know what it is. And they all these gurus all want to be successors, in the real line. But there's no symptoms of the real line. There's no ecstatic chanting. It's to the point where people say, well, we can't use it as standard. So let's pretend that we have it. We'll pretend we're holding it back or some stupid thing, Okay. Yeah, so I'm preaching like this because now it's being done again. The successors are coming out and people are believing it. They believe, well, does Shamarani have the same symptoms as Prabhupada? Otherwise, there's no success. There's no successor. Does she have ecstatic love? Does she have real devotion? Does anybody know? I mean, do you watch her videos? Do you see any symptoms of that? It's amazing. It's to me, it's a no-brainer now. When you worship the Lord, like you see here, after a while, it's a no-brainer. It's like, hey, man, don't you have what Prabhupada has? Are you of the same standard? Why put all those garlands in the picture of the next to Prabhupada, saying that the baton has been passed to you? Do you have this ecstatic devotion? Okay. But people don't think like that. See, because you got to get it from a real spiritual master. The same thing here. It has to be proven. Eventually devotees have to see if this, is real or not. Well, we got a small group of people who see that what's going on here is real, is true, is honest, is empowered by the real Krishna. To point out these things that nobody else can point out. Yeah. It's not even an idea. Oh yeah, put this person's picture next to Prabhupada, and nobody will ask the question, well, does she have the same ecstasy of Prabhupada? Because there's a current that starts from Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda and Advaita. There's a current of energy, of potency, of bhakti potency, bhakti energy. See? And it's a potency because those ecstatic devotion awakened in them and came through a line, like a line of persons, like a wireless connection. You ever see a wireless connection? It goes through the wireless connection. You don't see any wire there, do you? Do you see any wire here? But is there a wireless connection that reaches all the way back through time, all the way back to Lord Chaitanya? Do you see a wireless connection here? Coming from here, this preaching and this energy, this potency going out into those who are hearing, and is it causing a change in anybody? Not just an intellectual change, intellect, like studying these books and speculating on them? Or is it causing a change of this bhakti? that Lord Chaitanya brought this bhakti. It wasn't a Vaidhi bhakti, a practice thing. It was a potency that made people have an affinity for the real message of Vasudeva, which people don't have. Most Vaishnavas don't have an affinity for what we're talking about because of speculation. Yeah. They don't see of it any importance to have this ecstatic devotion. Here they see it manifested and they think, oh no, let's go on do our guruship here without it. We don't need that. Yeah. Bhakti is the basis of the real movement. The movement doesn't move without bhakti. The movement doesn't move without real life. Real life is devotion, pure devotion. Real true love for God makes this Gaudiya Vaishnava movement move. Otherwise, there's no movement, man. It doesn't move. Doesn't move from Vaidhi to Raganuga. Even if you want to jump, see the kangaroos, they want to jump to Raganuga. Oh, it's more prestigious to teach Raganuga than Vaidhi. Intellectually, these guys do it. They think, well, I'm a Raganuga now, Radhi, Radhi. Without any Raganuga, without any of the rasa. No, you got to do it. That's why you see I preach Guru Tattva. These Shamaranis, these gurus, these alleged gurus are not really gurus yet. They need shiksha. Their what do you call their bhakti course is not completed yet. Without bhakti, there's no movement. You can say you're a Raganuga. This is what I see. They talk about Raganuga. They talk about Rasa. They talk about Radha. They talk about Rupa Goswami's books and Sanatana Goswami's books. But there's no Rasa to realize them. So it's all speculation. And they call that speculation the real line. No, it's a bullshit line. It's not. It's a bull. You're bullshitting yourself, Shamarani, and all you devotees out there calling yourselves gurus, and you got no bhakti, and you don't have the kahunas to come here and to show the world, and stop the world going to hell and hellish places. The whole world is going to hell without the real movement of devotion, real pure love of God. The whole movement is going, in an unclear direction. They're moving in darkness. Therefore, it's like they're not moving at all. That's why they stay Vaidhis. Even Radhi, they're still Vaidhi Bhaktas by their deeds, by their actions, by their convictions, by their beliefs. So the real standard is real devotion, and the real successor for Prabhupada has to have mature, powerful empowerment by the true transcendental disciplic line and the Lord and Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda and the whole line backing them. And it's not about what you wear or what symbols you have. Do you have that potency? Do you have that truth? Do you have that love for Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna? Can you prove it? There you go. There's the successor. Yeah. Otherwise, there's no success in this movement of Lord Chaitanya yet. It was success to bring people to Vaidhi, and it will stay Vaidhi until they get Shiksha and understand what Shiksha Guru means. That if the Lord empowers a Sudra, according to the verses, Lord Chaitanya teaches real religious principles is exactly what we preach here are the real religious principles. See, through a low class, fourth class Sudra. Well, you got all that there. See, the verses here and manifested and has a mouth too, putting mouth to the books, the verses here so that people can understand them. Okay. And you got to follow the process. Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru are the same. Prabhupada and the successor of Prabhupada are the same. If you don't realize that, then you're like the God brothers that Prabhupada had. They didn't also understand that point. There are a lot of Vaishnavas who won't understand that point their whole life. Okay? That's why the new people who come and see and have a real guru make tremendous progress in bhakti, fast, quick. Yeah. The others don't because they're too attached to their misconceptions. They can't see the symptoms of a living devotee with the life of real bhakti in them, the real life of conclusive truth living inside them, and living inside their real disciples to give them real understanding. They can't see that. They must see that if you want to progress. Okay? So the real acharya eventually, if they're preaching, it will manifest. It will manifest this truth. People will come to accept their truth because their truth is truth. And it overturns the lies and the speculation. Speculation is weak. Speculation is only here when the real acharya is not manifest and preaching. Okay? Not just manifest and not preaching. No, manifest and preaching. That's why you see Nityananda and Advaita got the order. Manifest being acharyas here. And then people came. If they wanted the Vrindavan mood, you had to follow Nityananda or Advaita. They got the order from Lord Chaitanya to manifest this level of bhakti, these truths, really give people the truth now, not speculation. Get them beyond speculation. Show them that you're a Vrindavan devotee with Vrindavan ecstasy and Vrindavan understanding, which is topmost of the Krishna conscious movement. That was Advaita. That was Nityananda. That was their followers. That was Narottam. That was Srinivas and Shamananda. And that was their followers, real followers. You notice? Where is that symptoms? Those signs and symptoms are here in our Sangha. Even the followers here are becoming very intelligent, very ecstatic. See? And you'll see this will shine. This movement will shine here. It must shine. Otherwise, there's no progress or no movement from Vaidhi to the next stage. And people will just, it'll peter out. Didn't it peter out after Lord Chaitanya? After Srivas and Srinivas and Shamananda, after their preaching? It petered out because of lack of understanding, lack of transcendental knowledge, like it's petering out now with putting people like Shamarani next to Prabhupada as a successor, or Jayapataka next to Prabhupada as a successor. There's no success there. They're just Vaidhi Bhaktas, man. Speculators speculating on what is true. Yeah. The success of Prabhupada may only be here with the amount of people coming here. Yeah, and maybe another generation, the Lord sends some more devotees, that have real devotion and preach like this, basically. Preach emphatically like this and bring choppers and spades to cut down all this jungle growth. It's all these weeds everywhere in Vaishnavism. People don't even know what devotion is, don't even know what bhakti is. And they teach some intellectual, it's like a facsimile. It's like a copy of the truth. It's not the real truth. It's a copy, a bad copy. You ever see those facsimiles that are blurry? This is Vaishnavism. It's a blurry copy of the truth. See? Oh yeah, it's nothing to do with pure love of God. Oh, that's too high. Many, many lifetimes. What kind of guru can you be when your spiritual master says, "Oh, to attain prema and that level of realization, you have to be many lifetimes," and then you just be gurus now on the level of your disciples and let them believe that you can deliver them. It's so inauthentic. It's so inauthentic. It's such a lie. Why should I spend my time worshiping anybody, believing in anybody who is no better than myself just because they memorized a few verses and they followed a few more rules for a few more years than I did? It is so materialistic. That's called materialistic Vaishnavism. It's so mundane. They make Vaishnavism a mundane experience of life when it's a spirit. Yeah. These truths are spirit, man. Yeah. Spiritual, conclusive, clear. If you understand these concepts, you'll never be bewildered by bullshitters and speculators. So, yeah. So purport. As a devotee hears more and more about the Supreme Lord, he becomes enlightened. Yeah. See, when you hear more and more, so who you hear from? You see, Arjuna heard from Krishna. You got to hear from a bona fide spiritual master who is a vai medium for Krishna. You hear more and more, you become enlightened. If they're not bona fide, if they're not a vai medium for the transcendental manifestation of the Lord, yeah, how are you going to become more enlightened? You don't become more enlightened. You just stay where you are and you just speculate. Yeah, see, I'm Gurudev, successor of Prabhupada. Yeah, why? Well, nobody asked that question. They don't have the power to ask even the question. So I'll ask it for you. Why are you a successor? Shamaranis, or Jaipatakas, or Radhanas? Why are you a successor for Prabhupada? Why are you being worshipped? What is your qualification? Well, I was appointed by Narayan Raj, and I was when Prabhupada disappeared, and he said that we're all acharyas and deliverers of the world. The lies, the speculations. Nobody asked, why are you successor for Prabhupada? Or why is he a successor? You should be looking out. Okay, where's the successor for Prabhupada? Where's the next phase of bhakti, man? What is the next phase of bhakti? Do I want to spend more time? I'm looking at these ISKCON devotees and everything. Do I want to be like that for another generation? Is there anything more to bhakti? Anybody? And so I ask the questions for any of you out there. Let me voice your heart out loud to some that are looking like that, because I was looking like that. Where is there anything more to bhakti? And nobody could show me anything. I ended up leaving, disheartened, like, wow, just like dejected, just like Vedavyas. God, I followed these rules and I followed these authorities, preaching the Varnashram Dharma and everything. And God, I'm still unsatisfied. What happened to the spark that I had when I started? What's going on? Nobody could tell me. I had to get out of that association and take a break, a vacation around the world to just to chill out, man. And then sit in a hot springs for 6 months, to get all this repression. I gotta, being around those stuffers, stuff it, be humble, Prabhu, don't ask questions, just comply, just follow. Isn't that kind of like the world, religion? Yeah. And then something started to happen. I got Prabhupada's books and I realized these things, and I didn't go back to the old way, that was a whole story in itself. Yeah. Yeah. I realized, I had it from the beginning. Oh, yeah, I see. Okay, let's get back on track. Absolutely. That's my realization of being there and hearing here. Yeah. I mean, isn't it nice, Janaki, and anybody else that has experience with those in the repressive level? It's just, what it is. It's just unclear. They're just not clear about what real bhakti is, what the real goal of life is, and the means to attain it. All the books are there, but they don't understand it. They don't understand these books. Okay? So when I got back on track, I just stayed more or less alone, and just worshipped in ecstasy, and just more, and just relished in the ecstatic love awakening more and more and more and more. And I didn't go out there and, oh, now I'm a Prabhupada devote successor. I'm going to be Guru Dev. I just worshiped the Lord in ecstasy for a long, long time. And then everything spontaneously came. See, by the will of Krishna, the confirmations, the spontaneity of this, people started to come spontaneously. The Lord arranged everything. Prabhupada comes, confirms. Krishna comes, confirms. The potency comes, confirms. People's ecstatic experience comes, confirms. You cannot get any more confirmations. And you wonder why I boldly preach this stuff? I got so many confirmations that this is true and real and honest and powerful that it'll change your life, man. You come here, you will change. Your life will change. You take this seriously. I've seen it with my own eyes. People transform and change and get real bhakti lata bij, man, become ecstatic devotees. You think, Shamarani, where's your fruits? Where's the fruits on your tree? See, people don't know. Yeah. Where's this successorship? See, the success of Prabhupada now is to bring people from Vaidhi to Raghunuga. When he brought people from the world to Vaidhi, that was a miracle. And now the successor of Prabhupada must bring people from Vaidhi to Raghunuga platform honestly, not like Narayan Raj, not like the Radhakund Babajis who say Raghunuga, Raghunuga, but no Raghunuga, no spontaneous awakening devotion in anybody, not even Shamarani. Prove me that Shamarani has spontaneous ecstatic love. Who are you to say that, Gohari? Well, I'll tell you, we have examples of ecstatic love, and you can check it in the scriptures. If you can't understand that, Shamarani, what kind of guru are you, really? To be honest with you, I'm not trying to put you down. I just put you in your place. Put everybody in their place. Are you a real spiritual master, a real successor of Prabhupada? Or are you just a wannabe? Or are you just speculating that you are, misinformed, misunderstanding? Can you admit that? If you can't admit that after this preaching, there's something wrong, and then you're like that. There's must be some deep envy and jealousy of Krishna there. Therefore, you cannot understand this. But these people who don't have envy understand this. You notice? You are understanding this. Okay? Arjuna, you're like Arjuna. You must be like Arjuna. You have to be recognize the real authority that Krishna is really using. Otherwise, you will not understand this transcendental knowledge. Just go like Sergio yesterday. Just go chant and be happy and not know what real happiness is. Just listen to the speculators, listen to the Sergios, chant and be happy, and they're against and envious of real Vaishnavas. Just go do that path. There's so many doing that. Don't come to the uncommon teacher. Don't come to the uncommon place. Don't come to where Krishna is really working, because you're going to get a hammer of truth. You're going to see what the Vedas talk about. Sometimes the uncommon personality is the one Krishna is really using is hard like a thunderbolt and soft like a flower. If you don't see that, you haven't met the real spiritual master. Sometimes they're soft like a flower and hard like a thunderbolt, and people can't take either one who are not ready for this. You can't take the hard thunderbolt, and you can't even take the soft flower. Isn't that amazing? That means go to Radhanath, go to Narayan Raj, go to the Radhakund Babajis and be bewildered. Don't come here and learn real Krishna consciousness. Don't come here and see the verses in person, because even a Sudra being used by the real Krishna shines. He sparkles like we read yesterday. How can you not sparkle if the real God is using you, huh? I'm amazed myself. I'm amazed. I say, Krishna, this is amazing, man. What you do, what you say, the kind of respect that even your, I'm just trying to serve Krishna, and he just gives. I can't believe people what they say to me. It's like, this must be you here because myself. What the hell am I? You must really be here for people to really that stay around here and listen and get purified to really say what they say and give such honor to a person like me. You must really, that's my conviction. That's how I'm convinced. It's like people are seeing that the Lord is really working here. He's showing these things. Increases my faith. And people are transforming and having amazing experiences. Hallelujah, man. That's the way it's meant to be. For the Vaishnavas, the first fruits are here in our Sangha that you don't see anywhere else. Yeah. So like on Vaishnava Aparad, people can, Prabhupada said, how the people are not clear on what is Vaishnava Aparad, what is an offenses to Vaishnava. People are not clear about these things. And they say, just be humble, Prabhu, and that kind of superficial things. Nobody knows. What is it? What does Lord Chaitanya mean when he says, when you even offended Vaishnavas without awareness, because that's what happens. That's what people are doing all the time. And they think I'm offensive because I preach like that, like this. But they don't know what offenses to Vaishnava. You must know. Shamarani, you should listen to these classes. All of you gurus, all of you should listen to these classes. This is the only thing that really makes sense. This gets you out of the speculation on what Vaishnava Aparad is. You can understand the real pastimes of the Lord to show what Vaishnava Aparad is if you come here. Otherwise, it's all this, oh, Prabhu, I don't want to commit an offense. And you're committing offenses all the time. All the time. Everyone, you gurus are committing offenses all the time. And you don't know why. Because you got no prema, man. No real bhakti. You can't even demonstrate. You can't show it. You can't manifest it. Because the Lord ain't manifesting it through you. He hasn't chosen you to do it. Therefore, your knowledge is small, and you won't go to somebody whose knowledge is very big and very deep and very infinite, because the infinite Lord is living in them, proving it every day. So Lord Chaitanya says, fill your mouths with the glorification of real Vaishnavas. Okay? And then what did he give to the false Vaishnavas? He gave a slap. Like Gohar gives a slap. Hey, how dare you imitate? Well, you should give respect to the gurus. No, I'll give you what Lord Chaitanya gives. And if you don't accept that, then you have no part in the real Lord Chaitanya. You'll just go and drive the movement dry. Milk it dry, because you got no juice, no life. Okay? See, people don't know what is offense to Vaishnavas. See, Lord Chaitanya said, oh yeah, Devananda Pandit, I'm going to give you a slap. People think you're a real Vaishnava, right? Oh, you're like Shamaranis and all these others. You maybe follow the rules and regulations there, Devananda Pandit, you Shamarani. See, you got to put it together, man. We help you put it together. Hey, Shamarani ain't not even near Devananda Pandit, and Lord Chaitanya gave him a slap, and you don't think I should be slapping people around? Here, with the truth, we slap people with the truth to wake them up and bring them out of jail. And Vaishnava Aparad, like the Lord did, is my great privilege. I don't care if a million of these gurus don't accept these truths, but they're true, man. Anybody that the Lord gives the understanding to understand these things, you will appreciate this. If you're a disciple here and a friend of Guru, then you'll understand these beautiful truths that get you to never offend the real Vaishnava ever again. And people just do it without awareness because they don't know. They're in ignorance. Shamarani, you're in ignorance. All of you are ignorant. Therefore, you got no ecstatic bhakti like we do, because we're here to pave the way out of that thing. out of those offenses. Devanandapanda, I'm giving you a slap, Lord Chaitanya says. You got no ecstatic devotion and you're preaching the Bhagavatam. You are not qualified to preach the Bhagavatam. You're not the book, the Devotee Bhagavat. Devotee Bhagavat speaks in the vision of the book Bhagavat. People should listen to that person. Just like the king, Himvara, that one, he listened to Srinivas's discourse on the Bhagavatam. And he said, wow, that brought tears to people's eyes. It was so conclusive, so clear, so amazing. It was different than the professional Bhagavatam guys who got paid. Just like you gurus, you're getting paid to do your Bhagavatam classes. You're doing it for pay. You're doing it for the donations. You're doing it so they fly you around to sit on the high seats so you can speculate on what real bhakti is without knowing what real bhakti is. Gohar, you're doing it for pay, aren't you? You get donations. Yeah, I'm doing this for pay, but my payment, first and foremost, is the privilege and the taste for the truth. And whatever comes, okay, so be it, man. I've lived on the streets. I've lived in vans. I've lived in palaces. I've had, properties in apartment buildings. I've had all these things. But the most first and foremost thing to have is bhakti, man, is the relish for the truth. Seek the kingdom of God and all. I just could say that forever because that's it, man. That's the zone. Seek the kingdom of God and all else is added, whatever the Lord wants to add. What is that kingdom of God? See, I love the purports, man. You need to understand the real message of Vasudev. Seek the kingdom of God. What the heck does that mean? You think any of these gurus understand that? No, they don't, because they didn't seek the kingdom of God. They're still not seeking the kingdom of God. You Shamarani and you gurus out there, you Jaipatakas Rana, you're still not seeking the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God is what Lord Chaitanya brought already 550 years ago. The kingdom of God is relishing the name to the point of tears and ecstatic devotional mellows that you see here every day, but you're not seeking this. So, and you wonder why I poo-poo you guys, because you got no taste, man. You're not connoisseurs. You need to be poo-pooed. People need to, what is this, Shamarani? You don't want to taste for bhakti like these people have, this little small group? You don't want to relish the nectar of the holy name? What kind of impression of Lord Chaitanya are you giving? It's all about devotional mellows. That's the kingdom of God. That opens the kingdom of God. You could be in hell like Bali Maharaj, and he was relishing his intimate, ecstatic relationship with Vamanadev. And he was cool down there. He was the coolest guy he was the coolest king. And they said, Dad, this guy is cool. Let's be around him. That's where you find coolness. Even in hell. In heaven, he was, cool anywhere. Anywhere a devotee is, that's the cool place to be. Literally and truthfully. Yeah, look at Pani and Noodles yesterday. You hear their testimony? Anybody listen to that? They said, wow, just being around you by chanting, wow, they got spiritual greed that none of these gurus have. Shamarani don't have that greed, but they got that greed just chanting with the devotee. Saying, wow, this is great. This is really, wow, this is inspiring. I want more of this. There you go. Raganuga, rah, rah, rah. Siskumba. No, we got it, man. We got something really going here. That's the essence, man. Be with devotees. Get the Bhakti Lata Beast. You want to chant, man. Wow, I want more of this. That's Raganuga. That's the qualification. Not to be with a Narayan Raj or Radhakund Babaji say, oh, wow, I want to do more austerities. I want to do more. I want to do more Ekadasis. I want to do Nirjal. Oh, I want to do more rules. I want to do more Sarah. I want to build more external temples out there. I want to do that. I'm really enthusiastic about that. Well, there's no Raganuga there, man. You're inspired by the rules and regulations to do something for Krishna. Okay, that's very good. But where's the thing? Lord Chaitanya came to give you the inspiration to do the sacrifice of chanting with taste. And devotional mellows increases every day. That's the program, the real program. They got the phony baloney program out there, the mundane program, materialistic Vaishnavism, ceremonial Vaishnavism, stereotype Brahmanism. You chant the holy name with great ecstatic relish. And then you look at these books, man, and you look at this, and you just, wow, this is real food, man. Wow, the Lord says, hey, I want to give you the real message of Vasudev. And because you chant in ecstasy, I want to give you an affinity for these books of Prabhupada. Isn't that the way it worked there? Janaki, after 40 years now, you got more of affinity. You had it before. This is an increase, right? Increase in appreciation for Prabhupada. That's a successor. Can you increase people's love for Prabhupada and take them from, well, Prabhupada was a great, respectable man, and he did so much, and I believe in him because many millions of people believe in him. That's where a lot of, yeah. You want to have a deeper understanding of Prabhupada, the ecstatic Prabhupada that he kept in his room. Remember those two devotees? It's on the Prabhupada Memories. This guy said, me and my godbrother, we walked in Prabhupada's room. He was chanting in ecstasy because Prabhupada didn't always openly do that. But he did it in his room. And they just happened to walk in at that moment. And tears were coming down his eyes. And all of a sudden, tears started to come down their eyes. There you go. That's Lord Chaitanya's real movement. Okay. That's exactly what Lord Chaitanya did. And that time is now. That's why you wonder, is this crazy? Am I trying to put on a show of Krishna consciousness? Yeah, I am. Of course, that's honest, man. We're trying to put on a show. Why? Because real love of God will not be preached in any other way unless somebody boldly manifests ecstatic devotion. And it's not like I don't have the order to do that. Prabhupada told me, as his full approval, to preach like this, preach like Lord Chaitanya preached. Let Lord Chaitanya preach. Let him express through you, as you in this world, so that people can get this wonderful gift. It's a gift. It's a friggin' gift. It ain't like Narayan Raj taught. It ain't like those Radhakund Babaji's taught. It ain't like ISKCON teaches that you got to earn and burn all your karma on your own strength, man. No, it's a gift of this is what's on the menu, man. Ecstatic devotion, Bhakti Lata Bij, the seed of devotion, the seed of an affinity for Lord Chaitanya and his teachings. And these truths, an affinity where you taste it, you eat these like real life. Okay? This is the movement. You want to move in Krishna consciousness, or you want to die dry in Krishna consciousness, or you just want to stay on that, a level, where you just get a little you're on the fringe of Krishna consciousness, not really going very deep because your associates are not very deep. Yeah. So that's the successor, man. Can they get you over the offenses? Can they teach you what real offenses are? Because they have real bhakti. See, these things are revealed. Hey, Arjuna, are you like Arjuna? Did you get that in another life where you bring it through here? Or are you getting that now? Are you like Arjuna, listening to Krishna coming through a real bona fide spiritual master via medium for his real word, his word that delivers you from the offenses to real Vaishnavas? You're offensive to a real Vaishnava by not giving them any respect, by paying them no mind. Automatically, you are an offender, man. That's just the truth, man. That's how it is. Those who do not pay even many of my disciples who have this ecstatic devotion, if they don't pay you any mind, they're just naturally offensive. They don't, they respect other people that are not real Vaishnavas. See? And that way they neglect the real Vaishnavas. That's an offense there. There you go. That's the real essence of an offense. Gohar, where's that said? It's all in the Bhagavatam, man. I only preach the real Bhagavatam here. That you, Acharya Dev, and Narayan Raj do not know. You do not know what is a real offense. But Bhagavatam does, and the person that's a real devotee Bhagavad can prove it, can prove that they know the real Bhagavatam that you don't know. None of you. That's why the Lord preaches through a low-class, fourth-class Sudra to make his points. You don't have to be anything special that they teach. You got to be an Olympic star, Narayan Raj. You got to be so exalted, so high, so advanced. See, advanced, mega mind, advanced. And they call me offensive. No, I just point out things, help people know what is a real Vaishnava, empowered Vaishnava. Yeah, you offend them, you offend Krishna because they're a Vaya medium, right? You don't give them any respect. You're just offensive. You know, you think it's not surprising. You think I'm mad about that? No, not at all. It's just put out. It's just the way it was. That's Bhagavatam. Look at these Brahmins. They're like the Narayan Raj group, right? Oh, you big Brahmin. We'll say Brahmins, Brahmins and sannyasis with the big sticks. They're the real representatives, right? Yeah. You're representing that Bhagavatam verse. You're like those Brahmins. See? You're those Brahmins. That's you. They're Narayan Raj group, Radhakund Babaji's, and ISKCON. All of you. You're all like that. That's where you fit. See? And you were offensive. You're all offensive like he was. See, this is the living Bhagavatam. It's living again in real life. It has to. Otherwise, there's no Bhagavatam, man. No progress. No reality of the truth. The spiritual reality not manifest. But it's manifest again. See? There's these Brahmins. And they were offensive to real Vaishnavas, like Daksha. What? Who was that Vaishnava? Oh, it was Lord Shiva, who was a Vaya medium for the real spiritual potency of Krishna, and they neglected him. They didn't even want to give me part of the sacrifice. That's what they do to the real Krishna. They don't like the real Krishna. None of these guys, none of these so-called Vaishnavas, because they're offensive to real Vaishnavas. They can't see where the Lord is really working. They can't see the potency of real knowledge, the potency of real pure ecstasy. They can't see it unless the devotee reveals it, like Shiva did, by slapping them around, by not giving them honor. Like the Gohari, you notice Gohari not giving them honor. Is this not the living Bhagavatam? Of course, nobody would do this. Who could do this? Who has the power to do this? Well, only if you have the real spiritual potency. Only if you're a devotee Bhagavat on the will of the real Krishna, right? You can't do this. You cannot show neglect for Daksha. They thought Daksha was the pure devotee, just like now. ISKCON thinks all these gurus they have, all the Narayan Raj and Radha, they're the representatives of Lord Chaitanya, and none of them can prove it. None. Zero. No, not one. They have lower standards for these things, not the real standard. Therefore, they're naturally offensive to the real Vaishnavas who have real bhakti, like here, like there with Shiva. He was an ecstatic devotee, very knowledgeable because of his prema worship of Krishna. And that worship is here again. That means Krishna is really here, working the Bhagavatam, man. See, working out the Bhagavatam. Because if you understand the Bhagavatam, you're going to have light in this world. but people don't. That's why they don't chant. That's why all of them, I'm here to slap. A slap, there's a lot of faces here. There's a face in the Radhakund Babaji's, and there's a face in the Narayan Raj and the Gaudiya Math and ISKCON. And this hand goes like this and hits all those faces. Why not get them all? Why just go to one group? Let's just slap them all because they're all doing the same thing. Neglecting real Vaishnavas. That's your offense, and that's just the truth, man. So Shiva slapped all those Brahmins, millions of them who believed the false thing. And we slapped all those Brahmin and sannyasi types, see, to humble them, because the Lord Chaitanya preaches real religious principles through a low-class, fourth-class Sudra to humble those proud sannyasis. See, that's the verse, man. See, we put life to the verse, right? There's no, what is the verse in the book? Let's take it out of the book, right, Janaki? We take these verses out of the book and put them in real life. Isn't that nice? You want to live a real blockbuster better than the Hollywood blockbuster? Do you want to have the greatest show on earth? Well, live the Bhagavatam. That's what's happening here. I'm amazed myself. Spontaneous preaching of the Lord. It's almost like he's playing the flute and he doesn't have anything he can see, no notes, that you play it like this. He's just spontaneously playing a song of truth. See? Bhagavad Gita, song of God. Wow. Do you hear a song like that again, perchance? In just the right way to help people to understand what real Vaishnava aparad is? Lack of affection is Vaishnava aparad for real Vaishnavas. Okay. And affection for false Vaishnava speculators, like that Johan guy over there in Belgium. And his followers, Shamaguri, Madhusudan, and the exalted Christina, the apostle of Jesus Christ, coming on behalf of Lord Chaitanya's real message to purify Gaur Haridas. You pull it all out of the Srimad. Yeah. Can they pull it out? Can Shamarani preach the real Bhagavatam? I don't think so. See, this teaching here, it puts an end to Vaishnava aparad. People don't understand Vaishnava aparad. Only a devotee who worships the Lord in deep, mature, ecstatic devotion understands these things. I couldn't even understand it until the Lord shows me these things, and I show you. Isn't that the way it works? Only the Father knows the Son, and the Son knows the Father. Why? Because of love, true love in their relationship. And the Son, see, the spiritual master, the Son of God in this world, their sun, very bright, you notice, shine. The Son can reveal the true nature of the Father in the Spirit. You want a thy will be done on earth as it is in Vrindavan? Well, you need one of those sons, friends, intimate friends, speaking to you. Because people don't get it just going to look at the deities going, please talk to me, deity. Yeah. That's why purification is very slow. Lord Scriptures say that. Christian says purification is very slow. Then you go to these gurus, they slows it down even more, man. Because they speak to you and they speak the poison of Kali, right? Why? Simply because they're false representatives of Vrindavan. They're not. They got the real. They can't prove it. Narayan Raj in this group can't. Shamarani's right next to Prabhupada can't prove that she's a real resident of Vrindavan. No ecstatic devotion like that. But she has the audacity to put herself. Maybe she didn't do it. Maybe I'll give her that. Maybe a disciple put it. I didn't look close enough on that. Probably a disciple put it up there. Because the disciple in error believes that she's the successor of Prabhupada. Gar, you're just envious of Shamarani. I don't think so. What do I have to be envious about? You know, I have what I want in this life, and I want to share it with people. Lord Chaitanya is my life and soul. I show you that every day. I can't live without Lord Chaitanya's real grace. What do I have to be envious about? People who don't have the truth. I'm here to help them if they want. Yeah. I wish I had something to be envious about in Shamarani or any of these gurus, but they can't add anything to me. But usually, if they hear this preaching, they would have some envy over here, and I don't blame them, because what I have is spectacular. It's a simple relationship with the Lord, but it is spectacular. It's amazing, man. I don't blame people for you should have. I would say that is a good quality for you if you're envious of what's going on here. That shows you would like to have this. But there's a way to get it if you want to follow the path, man. You come and you learn, from an empowered devotee. Then you have to become a real devotee and a real friend of a real guru. Then you're like a Shukadev. No, like a Mars Parikshit. See, it was like that with Shukadev, a bona fide representative of Sri Hari, the real Bhagavatam, devotee Bhagavatam, speaking the real Bhagavatam. You need one of those, man. Otherwise, you haven't figured it out, man. If you don't hear the real Bhagavatam from a real devotee Bhagavatam who is really used by the real Krishna, is not a fake spiritual master, fake acharya, like so many in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line, they're only dreaming. Like that Johan, he's just dreaming he's an associate of Lord Chaitanya. You notice that's what these guys do. They're like a Johans. They go and they're dreaming, they're speculating, they're imagining that they're residents of Vrindavan, and then they preach like that. But none of them can really prove it, that they really understand. They have the real mentality and the real knowledge that such exalted persons have because of their closeness with the real Krishna. The Johans out there, the Narayan Rajas and the Radhakund Babajis, they're all trying to, emulate, try to become those persons. And they can't demonstrate that they are. They cannot even bring it forth to one disciple that I've seen. I wasn't impressed by even one of them. Not even one. But I'm impressed by a Lalita Ganga and a Govinda. I'm very impressed by a lot of you. I'm impressed by Janaki. I'm impressed by Mary Sachi. Yeah, it's very impressive by Amy and Fanny's and everybody. You have all impressive qualities. You make an impression on Guru just because you're here and listening. I mean, this is heavy stuff. I mean, I'm not pulling any punches and you're still here. I can understand why Mary Sachi has to turn down the volume sometimes or kind of take a little break. But still, she's here and you're here. And I'm not pulling any punches, am I? I'm not giving you any etiquettes about the whole situation. I just tell you frankly. Frank talks, and you like it. Where there is envy, there cannot be love. Love is free of envy. Yeah, that's right. But where there is envy, it's the perverted form of love. It's a perversion. See, it's like you wish that you had what that person was, but it shows up as envy. See? So, and it perverts your understanding. So, that's why people, that's why you see in Vaishnavism, in religion, there's many envious persons. Prabhupada said there's many envious persons in this Krishna conscious movement. They envy the Acharya. They want to be the Acharya. They want to be like the Acharya, because of the externals, to have the name and the fame, profit, adoration, distinction. See, they don't want to be like the innermost Acharya. See, the inner Acharya, is their understanding, and their happiness is relishing this intimate relationship with Krishna. See, the envious, they want the position. They would like the external. See, like external bhakti, they like external things. They want an external profit. They want to profit from religion. See, that's why it's called religion. They want to profit from the truth. Personally, materially, they want to materially profit. They don't want to spiritually profit. They don't know what that is. They're not appreciating that. See, I'm here to teach you about the spiritual profit you get from Krishna consciousness. And some people come here and they, oh wow, look, Gohar, he's got people, they respect him. He's got energy, he's potency. Yeah, well, I want to be like that. I want also to be a big teacher. Yeah, I want to be a big teacher. I want to be a guru. I want to be a satsang teacher. I've had strange people come here like that. To me, that's strange, and and it's polluting. I don't want the people like that. You come here, you better change, because I'll throw you to the wolves out there. I'll throw you to the ISKCON and the Gaudiya Math and all that. Let them devour you. That's all religion, man. Look at my poor wife. Can't even figure it out. She doesn't even know what real bhakti is. You think that's a good thing? Being around people that don't know what real bhakti is and they think they do? Hey, that's how crazy Vaishnavism is. We're obviously here to straighten things out. That's why you come here. You'll get it all straight, man. Isn't it great? I think this is fantastic. I love straightening things out. Like people, they're like perfectionists. They like to straighten things out. They like Janaki. She likes to keep a nice, clean house, and what do you call her friend there, Lalita Ganga. They like clean houses and straighten things out and all that. But then you come here. If you come see me, I'm just like my whole desk is a big mess here. But I like to straighten out the inner house. That's my thing, and it's great to have somebody to straighten out the rooms and stuff like that. Because I just, this is not my bag, just maybe it's kind of lazy right there. Mary Sachi, just kind of just let it, it's so anyway, you can help me out that way. But I like to keep a clean inner house. Very important. I like the truth, man. Be very clear and clean. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. You do the inner and I'll do the yeah. We work together, right, Janaki? Yeah. Yeah, when I go visit Sachi, she does also. She kind of cleans things. It's great, man. I said we work together. I can't do her job and she can't do mine. So, so we have our work to do here in the world. So it's great. Okay, a devotee who hears more and more about the Supreme Lord becomes enlightened. And so hear more and more about the Lord is from the proper source. Isn't that nice? Do you guys feel that? Do you feel these verses are taking root in you? Do you feel like you're hearing more and more and becoming enlightened here? If you're not, then this is not that situation. Then Krishna's not really using Gaur Hari Das. Yeah, because more and more enlightened means you're lightening up, your troubles are going. You're understanding the truth about the difference between spirit and matter, and then spirit begins to matter more than matter. See, all this is when you become enlightened. You notice it must be so because Janaki's coming every day. I'm coming every day. I feel like I'm getting more enlightened. Yeah. That's because the Lord is really using us. But you see, that's why a lot of people lose attraction for even Prabhupada's books because they don't have it. And it's just still work, or it's serve, clean toilets and clean wash pots. Okay, that's fine for the beginning. I did that. Actually, I loved washing pots. Because I was just thinking of Krishna, and I was so ecstatic when I first came to the movement. No. What I didn't like was the temple president being against crying for Krishna. Now that was weird to me, not to him, because he's doing the rules and regulation level. And he read in Nectar Devotion, you should not cry in the temple room. Gohar, he's an offender. Isn't this great? Isn't it nice to hear these truths? A devotee. And see, this is from Prabhupada. He was one of those. He was one of those. He would hear from he had the potency, so he could look at these verses from the Bhagavatam and the acharyas like Vishwanath Chakravarti's commentaries on the Bhagavatam and all that, and just taste them and relish them, and then preach the essence of them. And that's all I need to. I'm not a writer much now. Not at this time. And so I just, pull out, I just want to just relish a devotee who hears more and more about the Supreme Lord becomes enlightened. There's so much to say about it. There's so tasty, these things, these truths. Yeah, that's so true. Hear more and more. What else can we say about? Oh yeah, hear from a Krishna or somebody used by Krishna. Really, the Krishna's transcendental potency. Can you imagine if you know that? They can't teach you that. You know why? They're not like that. They're not used by Krishna. Therefore, you cannot appreciate such extent of truth. Okay? But if you're used by Krishna, you can relate to this. That's why even my students come to that point, because Krishna is using them and they're seeing somebody used by Krishna and they've become more and more enlightened. Yeah, that's the real path. I'm on it. And it starts with somebody being used by Krishna, and then you'll come to that point. You become more and more enlightened, and the Lord uses you also. He's already using you to hear. This hearing process is recommended in Srimad Bhagavatam. This is why not do the recommended path? It's always the same path. It's recommended in the New Testament. Jesus said, you disciples of mine, you are my friends. See, it's recommended. And they followed the recommendation. Are you following the recommendation? Are you listening to a Jesus type person? Are you listening to somebody, that Jesus, who is being used by the transcendental Lord and of themselves they do nothing? They know that it's because of their relationship with the Supreme Lord that anything fruitful comes from them. They're just a flute on a shelf until the Lord's breath comes through them. His transcendental breath, not the bad breath of the material modes of nature. That's like the Lord with bad breath. That's why he's not interested in them. But he says, I don't like the bad breath, the twisted, my reflection. I don't like to look at that reflection. I want to see the reflection of the spiritual potency in my devotees. He looked in the river Yamuna. See, the river Yamuna is his devotee, and he saw his reflection. That's his devotee. Have you ever heard that before? I never heard this before. I heard it, but didn't hear it. That's why I come here every day, because the Lord enlightens me more and more and more about his truths. Did you ever hear that? He looked into the Yamuna. He saw his reflection. But he's not interested in the reflection of the material world. No. He wants to see his spiritual reflection in his devotees. That's why he says only the Father knows the Son. Do you see? They all say the same damn thing. Isn't that amazing? Only the Father knows the Son. See, he knows, he recognizes. This is my son, man. I recognize him. And the Son recognizes only the real Lord, his transcendental reflection. He wants to see that. Like Pundarik Vijayanidhi recognized the Lord's reflection even in himself. The Lord is looking at he says, you are my life. He says to his devotees, you're my life and soul. But that's literal. You are my life and soul. That's why he sends Guru, man, somebody like that to this world. See, they're sent. They have to be, because to get things going. And then what in the book of John is a beautiful example of what happens. Those who listen to such a devotee, see, who is a reflection of the spiritual potency in this world, man. You look at them and you get purified to the point you look at Krishna's reflection. His truth, deep, clear, like an ocean, clear, like you're in a South Sea island. You see the water, just beautiful. See, then that beautiful chapter of Book of John comes to light, beautiful thing. Those who listened to, he came to his own. See, Krishna came to his own, and many didn't accept Krishna when he came to Mathura. See, ecstatic Krishna from Dhavan comes to his own, comes from a higher level of consciousness, goes to Mathura, the abode of Vaidhi Bhakti, and most didn't accept him. Many didn't accept him. Okay? So Jesus came to his own, to the Jewish people who were in the Jewish line, right? And most didn't accept them. See, it's always the same preaching, man. Universal principles, the common denominator of how to be delivered out of illusion. See, Krishna comes to his own, comes to Mathura, right? And the washerman didn't accept him. And so he cut off his head, stop him from speaking. Kamsa also, see, these are obstacles to real bhakti. He got rid of the obstacles. See, comes to his own. They didn't accept him, many, but those who did, the hunchback lady. See, everybody's a cripple like that, like that hunchback lady, man. And he straightened her right up because she was favorable to him and she was attracted to him. Because he's, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah. See, comes to his own. Jesus came to his own. Krishna came to his own. Lord Chaitanya came to his own, right? Many people in Navadvip didn't accept him. They just didn't understand him. He came to his own. He came to the Vaidhi Bhaktas. He came to Puri. And at first, people didn't accept him. Some didn't, some did. But those who did, see, it's always that you listen to the bona fide spiritual master, right? What is this book? This book is a conversation with somebody that listens to a transcendentally empowered person. Srimad Bhagavatam is a book of a person, of a conversation, of a person listening to a transcendentally empowered person. See? Arjuna realized the truth from that conversation. See? Those apostles of Jesus realized the truth from that 3-year conversation that they had and became saints with the spirit of devotion. See, always the same thing. So they're born of the word. It says those who did accept Jesus, those 11 who listened to him. See, listen, this Srimad Bhagavatam process of hearing, this hearing process is recommended by Srimad Bhagavatam and the Bible even. You hear from the prophets. You hear from Jesus, who is a living person. And it's not recommended now. This Ritvik bullshit there is recommended. This living dead gurus is recommended. No, each person where it works has always been realized. They always realized their relationship. Didn't Jesus understand it? I mean, come on, man. Didn't he understand his intimate relationship with God? That was the basis of his preaching. He said, "You are clean by the word I spoken to you." Those who heard from Jesus were born not of flesh and blood. See, your spiritual mother is the spiritual master. They got the spiritual mother and father principle in them, don't they? They got the Father and they got the Holy Spirit. They got Radha, they got Krishna. What words do you need to know to understand this? They got the higher self. That's the Father, man. They got devotion to be able to ascertain the higher self. And they're in this world. Ah, there's the sun, man. The sun is shining when a devotee is here. Isn't that true? Jesus said, while I'm here, I'm the sun of the world. I'm the light of the world. Okay? You look to those devotees, you see the real light of God. But you look to these false representatives. You need to be humbled, Shamarani. Hey, you Radhanath, you need to be humbled. You got to know the truth, man. You got to see that light shining here before you to know. Otherwise, you'll never be humble. You'll become proud and you'll become speculative and you'll mislead people. They will miss the mark. Those who listened to Jesus were born not of flesh and blood, but born of the word, the conclusive understanding of Jesus. See? What was born? The spirit of devotion. What is that? That's the Lord. That's the little baby Krishna. Okay? That's the little baby Krishna born in you. Not of flesh and blood, but born of the conclusive understanding of Guru, the real Guru, the real spiritual master, not the Devananda Pandits. See, the Lord Chaitanya, who had the power to chastise Brahmins and sannyasis and all these false followers, he did. He chastised his own sannyas guru. Who is it? That Bart, who was a Mayavadi. He was wearing this bark, and there was some pride in that because he was wearing bark, bark skin or something to show that he was renounced. See, using another standard. No, show that you have love of Krishna to show the real qualification. Show. It's all about showing. If you want the truth to be manifest in the world, the truth is Satchidananda. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit is another way. The Son has to manifest the devotion and the conclusive understanding. See, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Just a second here. Yeah, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit in this world, or Satchidananda, eternity, knowledge, and bliss. Manifested in the world, man. That's a real sun in this world. Real bright truth, isn't it? It illuminates everything. It illuminates the darkness in the hearts of people. That's why not everybody can take the sun, can they? This hearing process there's so much to say about the hearing process. And if you hear from a real devotee with real mature devotion, boy, are you lucky, man. You found the horn of plenty. You won the lottery 10 times over. You're more wealthy than Bill Gates or Trump. All these people they respect, and they respect them because of material wealth. But you got spiritual wealth, which predominates over everything material, and material wealth included. Isn't that amazing? People don't even know that. See? Only a real devotee knows that. Only a real devotee can preach that. When you have real spiritual wealth, man, the people that come, like my disciples, are choice. See, choice persons, real persons, honest persons, or they become honest persons. really jewel-like persons. Okay? Like that. And if you're not like that, then you stay with the speculators and you stay in the religion. You stay among people that are unclear. So this is a call. Maybe somebody will hear this voice in this wilderness because that's the way it is. Real preaching is you preach amongst the crocodiles and the tigers and the animals and the beasts, and whoever hears, wherever that arrow hits, is very one lucky person. Okay? And it's all leading to this place. All you devotees in ISKCON and Gaudiya Smiti and Gaudiya Math and even the Radhakund Babajis in this Vaishnavism path, you all have to meet this kind of Shiksha Guru where you get the straight out truth, not covered over with etiquettes. No, the real spiritual position revealed of the devotees, and who is a real devotee and who has a non-devotee, has no devotion awakened yet. You got to get that really clear. Otherwise, you're no Mahabhagavats. You have no possibility of becoming a successor for Prabhupada who could see such things. It's actually an insult. It's such an insult to the truth to put these persons on an equal level with Prabhupada, but they always do. They're so audacious and there's nobody to stop them. Well, I'll just tell the truth, and hopefully they stop themselves or somebody will help them stop them. We do our part here. Yeah, you used your preaching there about what is an offense to a real Vaishnava. See? And so, like Janardhan read it this morning, the real Vaishnava, you want to clear that offense, you have to fill your mouth with the glories of real Vaishnavas, not fake ones. I'm not going to fill my mouth with the glories or the ingloriousness of the lies, of the speculations, of the liars, and the persons who are lying to themselves or not honest with themselves, or even unaware of the truth because of those who they've accepted as speakers of truth. I'm not here to praise their ingloriousness. I'm here to point it out that that's not glorious, and otherwise you're an offense for glorifying such persons. Okay? That's why Gaur Hari Das continues to chant in ecstatic love, even though it seems harsh what I say, even though I point out that Jaipataka and Radhanath and Narayan Raj and the Radhakund Babajis are not up to the real standard. They're still not real representatives of Vrindavan. And none of them can prove it. None of their legacy. Shamarani can't prove that she got that special mercy from a resident of Vrindavan to represent the real Vrindavan, to represent the real. She can't prove that. I'll give you the opportunity. Come here and prove it. Otherwise, I don't want to be offensive to real Vaishnavas by glorifying those who are not on that standard, who are not real acharyas. I'm only here to glorify real acharyas. Otherwise, you're no better than any other devotee or aspiring devotee for real devotion. You're no better. Without devotion, you're not real. My disciples are better than 100 of these gurus who have no awakening of real bhakti that I've seen. Pure devotion. Because if they did, you'd appreciate this kind of preaching. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah. But are you tough? Are you tough against Maya? Are you as tough as Maya is and more? Maya's tough, man. She's a bully. Are you a bigger bully than Maya? You gotta be, otherwise you're no friggin' preacher in this world. You gotta bully Maya because she's bullying you, man. You believe in Maya, she's gonna bully you. See? If you believe in the real devotees, you're going to be like a bull, man. like a bulldog. You would grab on something, you won't let it go. You grab a disciple, you won't let them go when they're really sincere. Be like a bulldog, man. So that's in essence how to get over offenses to real Vaishnavas. You got to identify what is a real Vaishnava. That's what we do here. You don't believe this preaching? Well, then you don't get ecstasy like we do. That's proof is in the pudding, man. If a devotee is getting the result of ecstatic worship, that means they have the right understanding, like Bhagavad Gita 10:10 verse. If they don't worship the Lord with ecstatic love that you can see and demonstrate, then they don't have the right understanding. Why do you go to people who don't have the right understanding and put them as spiritual master equal to Prabhupada? It's like ridiculous, man. People think they have real intelligence. Real intelligence is you get here by being a real disciple and friend of a real guru empowered by the real potency. Then you think correctly. You understand things correctly. All right. So who wants to come up here? And I was going to try and keep these classes short, but it's not working out. Okay, whoever wants to come up can come up here. So can somebody put the link? Somebody's got to take charge of putting the link because I can't do it because I have a computer I can't fully make. Yeah, put the link in the Facebook thing. Maybe I can do it like another way, but see if you guys can do it too. Yeah, you see, somebody must be doing Shamarani's page here because history is repeating itself, the continuation of Srila Prabhupada's mercy. So they have Shamarani with all the garlands on her and Prabhupada, So they're saying she's continuing Prabhupada's mercy. Well, not really. Not in my understanding, Maybe it can continue on the Vaidhi level or something, but if you're really impressed with that. Does anybody have the link? No, I guess not. Yeah, I was reading some of the comments here. Yeah, the whole world, I don't know, they just have another standard, See, all glories to Didi for carrying the mercy of our Guru Varga. Yeah. Yeah, Sue Devi says, from guru to disciple to preach Lord Chaitanya's mission. See, the mission of Lord Chaitanya is to taste the devotional mellows and to distribute those to others. That's the real mission, but nobody knows that mission. It's right there in a book. The Lord came to taste the mellows of devotion and to distribute that to others. They're not doing that. and they think they know the real mission. No, this is the real mission, is any devotee who tastes the devotional mellows and distributes them to others. The real devotional mellows, the real bhakti, the real devotion is the mission. See, otherwise people don't know what the mission, they're unclear. Yeah, nobody's put the thing. Okay, I guess I got to find it myself. Okay. See, I go to the previous one and look under the comments. Look under the comments. Oh, yeah. See, it puts me onto the live here. It keeps bringing me to the live. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, this is working good. When you have the sound is okay, we'll check it out. Huh. Oh, I think I know. Oh, there we go. Janardhan did it. I think I can figure out how to do it now. Yeah, I think, let's see, I have another way to do it here. Okay, copy this. Okay, there's the thing. If anybody wants to come up, if not, I'll just end it here. Let's see, another way to do this is, okay, I copied it there. No, can't do it. Okay, you got it. Okay, there's the studio thing. I'll read these comments here. Okay, comments. So let's read Lalita Ganga's comment here. How do you mean? I really don't understand. Srila Prabhupada, from whom prema emanates, he takes me out of the darkness of ignorance. You mean this is the same with Shamarani Dasi? Is prema emanating from you as well? See, again, that's interesting because, see, the real parampara is continued by the devotee that has the prema. See, their Bhagavad Gita 10:10, Sri Guru Charana Padma, that they sing every day. They sing in the temples. The real spiritual master prema emanates from them, and by their word, ignorance is destroyed. See, so Lalita is saying, are you one of those? Does prema emanate from you? And if it does, then you should have some deep understanding of the truth. Yeah. See, and the other people say, that's my Vartma guru who took me to Srila Gurudev. I was down and out and insane. I'm probably still insane, but at least I live in love with Krishna. So again, see, people, they say so many things. I'm probably still insane, but I'm in love with Krishna. Can you be insane if you actually have real love for Krishna? No, you're going to be intelligent, right? But people, that's not really conclusive. I don't think, just this is the thing. People, they don't know what love for Krishna is. It's the thing that gives you real intelligence. Okay? Not you took me to the guru and I'm still insane. Well, I guess maybe that's the thing. But I love Krishna and you're still insane. I don't know how that I don't, it doesn't make sense to me. Does it make sense to anybody? Took me to the real guru and I'm probably still insane, but at least I'm in love with Krishna. See? Where's Bhagavad Gita 10:10 in that? To those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, loving ecstasy. To them, I give them real understanding. Where's the insanity in that? To them, I give them real transcendental knowledge. Can you be insane to understand things like this? Or are you still not clear? See, this is the whole thing. People are just not clear on this, on the real thing. And they go to these gurus and they don't get the right understanding. Let's see what else we can come up with here. See, all glories to Didi for carrying the mercy of our Guru Varga. What is the mercy of our Guru Varga? Oh, you're carrying the rules and the regulations, and you don't have real devotion awakened because that's so many lifetimes before you'll get prema. Therefore, your understanding is not correct. That is the carrying the real mercy of the Guru Varga, or is it, how is it, isn't somebody carrying the real mercy of our Guru Varga that has real devotion? They're like the song of Narottam they sing every morning. From the real Guru, prema emanates, and by prema, real devotion, transcendental devotion, and by their word, ignorance is destroyed. Isn't that carrying the real Guru Varga? The disciplic line. But no, they don't have these standards that they're set by the real acharyas. See, it's time to know the real standard of the real acharyas. Otherwise, it wasn't clear enough, obviously, with Prabhupada's preaching. It's all in the books, it's all in the songs, but people promote other standards now. Okay? And I'm not going to promote some other. I'm going to promote the real standard, man. It's time to know that. Okay? The mercy of our Guru Varga, and you don't have prema emanating from you, and you don't have the knowledge that comes from bhakti and that prema, you're not a real bhakti Vedanta. And you're carrying the real, see, I don't know. I'm a stickler for the truth. I mean, truth is truth. Lie is lie. I don't care how sincerely you're lying to people because, the truth hasn't been revealed to yourself. When you don't follow a real resident Vrindavan and you're saying, I mean, this thing, okay, I can understand worldly people, but if you're in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line, the real line, that goes all the way back to Lord Chaitanya. That goes all the way back to Radha and Krishna. So the mercy of the Guru Varga is not a Vaidhi thing. It's not about to be the most renounced person or the biggest stick or the biggest sannyasi or have the biggest memory of all these Vaishnava verses that you memorized. Who has the biggest pure bhakti, man? Who has the biggest revelation from that bhakti? Whose bhakti is mature? How mature is it? Okay? That's our Guru Varga. This is all imitation stuff. This is all speculation. People don't even define the real mercy of the Guru Varga. The mercy of Guru Varga is to taste these devotional mellows and to spread it to others now. Now. Why? Because it's here. Because it's manifest. Simply because of that. If it wasn't manifest, then the speculation will go on. Problems will go on. Difficulties will go on. The wrong understanding will go on. Speculations will go on. But because the real Guru Varga, the real disciplic line is here intact, because what you hear, what you see is what was here 550 years ago. You hear real conclusive truths. You see the living bhakti, the living bhakti Vedantas. People's understanding is based on the real bhakti that gives them real clarity, real logic, real depth of real knowledge. It's interesting to do this, Nobody's coming up. Oh, you chickens, you cowards out there. All glories to Didi. Oh, I read that. Okay. See? Robert says, Jai, Hare Krishna, we are all so fortunate to have Srila Prabhupada and Shamarani Mahaji. See? Equating Shamarani with Srila Prabhupada. Is that so? Are you fortunate to have Srila Prabhupada and Shamarani? Are they really that in tune? Are they actually on the same level? Is he saying she's fortunate to have Shamarani and Srila Prabhupada? Yeah. Personally, I don't think you're really fortunate to have Shamarani and Srila Prabhupada because they're different and they preach different. I don't relish the preaching of Shamarani because it's all speculative and it comes from Narayan Raj mixed in with Prabhupada stuff. And it's clear. It's no idea that you listen to a pure devotee who has the real understanding, like Prabhupada had the deep understanding. They're mixing it with the Narayan Raj group and Prabhupada. And people are not clear about Prabhupada. You need a real successor that is ordered and in the line. See, Prabhupada came here to give us this. This is important. Otherwise, Shamarani's not continuing the line. You're all mixed up. This person's mixed up, mixing Prabhupada and Shamarani. Fortunate to have those two. See, equating Shamarani on the level of Prabhupada. And you get a different understanding. You know, I was there. Krishna showed me all these things. I was there in Vrindavan in the early 90s when Narayan Raj started his preaching. And I saw Shamarani answering all these letters of disciples who were coming to Narayan Raj, and they were not understanding. They were all confused. And she's answering all these letters, trying to show how Narayan Raj preaching is the same as Prabhupada, and they're all being confused. And so they basically accepted a lot of speculations. And she was, that's what you have to do to adjust everything. And now they got all the speculation. What happens is that is on top of Prabhupada. See, on top of the movement, speculations. Yeah. I mean, we're here to make it clear. Otherwise, somebody's got to do it. Otherwise, what are we going to let this go on, continue? Everybody, it's not the way it works. The real line is the real line. Where is it? If the real line, progressive line of Krishna consciousness is not manifested, there's no progress. There's no progress in speculation. There's no progress in that. People stay. She's still a Vaidhi Bhakti, man. There's no progress onto Raganuga, real Raganuga. What else we got here? So Dandavat pranams, well deserved. Shamarani Diti. You are a great example of the mercy of our Gaudiya Guru Varga. See, our Gaudiya Guru, you're an example of the mercy. Okay, what is that mercy? Yeah, again, intellectual prowess about, speculating on what is it. No, the mercy of our guru, example of the mercy of our Guru Varga is ecstatic devotion, man, isn't it? Isn't that where it started? It's time for that, not all this other stuff, man. This example of the mercy of the Gaudiya Guru Varga is devotion to Krishna, bhakti lata bees, real bhakti, pure understanding that comes from that bhakti, man. That's the mercy of the Guru Varga. That delivers people. Otherwise, you're not delivered. You're not delivered by speculation. You cannot taste devotional mellows by speculating. That's the whole problem with the Narayan Raj group and the Radhakund Babajis. They speculate without being there. They can't prove they got the taste. Nobody. Except here. See? So people are misled. See? You want to go down that path? You want to accept that those kinds of persons as the example of the mercy of the Gaudiya Vaishnava? What is the mercy of the Gaudiya Vaishnava? What is the mercy? Is it rules and regulations now? Or is it the real Bhagavatam that started from like being like unsatisfied in the heart, just doing Vaidhi Bhakti? The real mercy. What is the real mercy of the Guru Varga now? Is tasting the name of the Lord in ecstatic love, which you only get from those who taste the holy name in ecstatic love. Now that's the mercy of the Guru Varga. Otherwise, what mercy? Oh, I got more mercy to do more rules and more ceremonies. Nobody knows what real Krishna consciousness is. They think, oh, it's just a bag, it's just a box full of rules and regulations and ceremonies and external worship. You don't even know why you're doing it. Yeah, that's the mercy of the Guru Varga. Oh, that's very little. That's really small, isn't it? How about the mercy to taste the holy name in great ecstatic devotion, man? Simple, isn't it? But profound. See, they don't know this because they listen to a shamarani who can't tell them. They don't think this is the mercy of the Guru Varga to taste the holy name like Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda, and all the real followers of Lord Chaitanya. They don't think that that's the real mercy. Well, I got to tell you, that's the real mercy. Prove me wrong. Prove to me that the mercy of the Guru Varga, our line, is just to make people intellectual buffoons. Speculating on the higher philosophy of Rupa Goswami, but not having the heart of Rupa Goswami. Speculating on Krishna Kaviraj, but not having the heart of the real devotees of Lord Chaitanya. This is all nonsense, actually. No, it makes no sense at all. That's why you got to listen here. You got to hear there. Otherwise, you're following nonsense, nonsensical stuff right there. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Isn't it nonsensical, these things? It's all words, all glories to Shamarani, who's carrying on the Guru Varga. What is that mercy? We don't really know. We just say these things. What is the mercy that she's bringing? Don't you? Would it be a good idea to define that? What is this mercy? Or anybody. They're all pretty much more or less the same. All glories to Jayapataka, who is the successor of Prabhupada. Yeah, what is the successorship? More rules, more regulations every year? Where's Lord Chaitanya? Where is his mission? Where is the devotion? Where's the ecstasy in chanting? Do you get a sense of that from chanting now there, Janardhan?
I love chanting.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, And what is stopping from people is the offenses to real Vaishnavas by neglecting them as an offense. That's what they did with Shiva. The Brahmins neglected Lord Shiva. They didn't want to give him even a part of the sacrifice because they thought he was a nothing, a nobody. See? They couldn't appreciate devotion. They thought it was the rules, just like now, no difference. They think it's the rules. That's the continuation of the Guru Varga, is to be a Brahmin and a sannyasi and a stick and a guru, with no bhakti. No, well, forget about bhakti. Forget about what Shiva really had. That's not important. And they wonder why I preach like this, because this is the revival of that Bhagavatam, the real Bhagavatam. This other stuff is bullshit, man. It needs slaps. Lord Shiva slapped those Brahmins, and Gaur is slapping them too. They have to.
Beat their ass.
Have to, huh? Yeah. So give us a word there, Janardhan. I've given a lot of words here today.
They're just not qualified, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're not qualified to do what they're doing right now. They're just misleading everybody.
Yeah. They don't have the real standard. That's the problem. See, it hasn't been taught. And that's why, that has to come from a low class Sudra because they think it's got to come, from something high. And see, those guys, they think they preach highness, your highness. It's so superficial. Your highness is a devotee who chants the holy name in great ecstatic devotion. A bhakti Vedanta, their Vedanta comes from pure love of God worship. You know, otherwise, it's not by study of the Vedas that the real truth is ascertained. It's hidden deep in the heart of an unadulterated, self-realized soul. See, that's the verse. See, and preaching is to bring that truth out of that heart into the world, and now the world can see some light. Otherwise, it's hidden. That's why you see Nityananda got the order, Advaita. Lord Chaitanya says, come on, man, you guys got to be more active. You got to preach the real truth in this world. You got to manifest the real truth in the world. You got to show people what this ecstatic worship is. That's the real legacy of Lord Chaitanya. We're the only ones doing that. Everybody, Narayan Raj included, trying to hide it. All these, well, no, don't show anything. Don't show anything. That's the legacy. That's the legacy of the Guru Varga. That's carrying on the legacy. That ain't even at the legacy. This is the legacy of the Guru Varga, is to bring everything to where Lord Chaitanya was preaching. How he was preaching, what he was preaching. Otherwise, what legacy you got? A legacy of religion, rules, regulations, ceremonies? That's been done. That ain't anything special. The Christians and the Jews and the Muslims are doing rituals and putting their little hats on. You put your little net beads on, your little tilak there, and they got their, and that's the real legacy of God. No, Lord Chaitanya demonstrated. No, it's about tasting this intimate relationship with God through chanting. Gee whiz, man. They think I'm crazy. I think you're all insane for thinking anything else but that. Unbelievable. See, people need clarity, and you don't get that clarity unless you meet somebody chanting in ecstasy genuinely and deeply. This is how it is. That's why you see, as you guys are chanting with taste, you're understanding these. You understand what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like I have to preach like Lord Chaitanya. I'm one madman, and Sarvabhauma, who was converted, into a real bhakti, is another madman. So he takes my words as truth, and the whole world takes it as stupidity and illusion because they're all an illusion projecting. See? You think, speculation, that's the real thing. And I call it that bullshit, man. That's all it is. You're bullshitting yourself and everybody else. And that's continuing the Guru Varga? No, that's dog shit, man. That's garbage. Stop promoting garbage as the truth. That's just that's what the way a devotee is thinking. If you have real bhakti, you get clear about these things. They're so unclear in Vaishnavism. Yeah, so unclear. They don't, because they got no real bhakti awakened here. This is all the first fruits, just like when Jesus started the movement. Somebody like that's got to do that again. Okay? Otherwise, there's no bhakti in this world. No, there's only speculations. Yeah. Just like Lord Chaitanya came with real bhakti. Well, Madhavinda Puri started with him. He had real bhakti. Krishna appeared, said, because of your bhakti, I'm going to appear in the world. See, the real truth will appear. The real bhakti will appear. The real understanding of Krishna will appear. And then it'll appear in you. And you listen to those persons. That's the important thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Not just to appear in some nebulous world. How about in your world? How about in Jai Guru, Janardhan's world? come with all these different names. Govinda's world, huh? Isn't that your world, man? Appearing in your world, changing your whole world, and Sim's world, and Janaki's world, Francis's world. How about that? Yeah. Now we have some relevance, some meaning, some practicality. Hey, this is preaching. What do you have in Shamarani's world of this legacy? Oh, we're going to carry on more speculation. That's going to be the Krishna consciousness movement. You know, this is from Prabhupada's heart, is speculation. You know, we're going to mix it in with Narayan Raj's preaching. Okay? What is this preaching? See, this preaching builds on the foundation of Prabhupada and the Goswami, doesn't it? Can anybody see that? Can you see how that doesn't build on the foundation? Because speculation all the way in that line, that's not the real line. The Narayan Raj is not the real line.
No,
Yeah,
it isn't.
not at all.
I've been there, Gurudev.
You too. You've seen
I
that.
got initiation there.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, that's why my name is Janardhan Das.
Aha. Yeah. So you didn't find what you find here, there.
I didn't find it there.
Yeah.
That's why I left. I was looking.
Yeah. A lot of people went to the Mayavadi. I was in Tirumalai, and these guys had gurus from the Gaudiya Math and maybe Samiti or whatever. It's all the same. And they left. They said, well, we wanted some taste in something. So we went to the Mayavadi. At least we got some taste. Probably you did too. You got something, but they weren't really happy with that either. And I helped some people who were thinking of committing suicide, because it wasn't, there's something wrong with the Mayavadi. They knew it because they were slated for bhakti. That's why they ended up there. But they meet the false gurus first, and so eventually you have to meet the real devotee who's connected to the real Vrindavan and Lord Chaitanya. See, then you get through. See, then you become satisfied in heart. See,
here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
You.
Yeah, I mean, you see, it takes tenaciousness. You got to come in with choppers and spades to cut down some of this jungle growth here. Otherwise nothing. You can't just go around and or keep your mouth shut, man. You gotta blaze the trail. Literally, that's what I'm finding. Bhaktisiddhanta knew that too. They all know that. The acharyas have to blaze the trail, uncover the deity. The deity is covered up with all these speculations. Whoever believes these preaching and these words, you will see something you cannot see in ISKCON or Gaudiya, any of those groups. You will realize things you can't see. But if you don't accept this preaching and you're deviated by the bullshit, you need somebody to tell you it's just bullshit, man. Otherwise if I go, I'm afraid of making the offense. No, that's not a no. The offense is to neglect this preaching. This preaching is with real Vaishnavas who have the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya. You neglect this, you're automatically an offense. Shamarani is automatically an offender. She's neglecting this preaching. She doesn't know her real Prabhupada, otherwise she would not be with Narayan Raj or any of these groups. She would be looking for the real Acharya to help her. But, what are you going to do? Everything is all confused anyway. But we're doing our best to rectify the situation. Truth will set you free. It's just, hey, man, set us free. What, you don't want this freedom? This is not truthful enough. Ecstatic devotion, isn't that what Lord Chaitanya came to preach? Don't we preach that? Don't we show the glories of ecstatic devotion? Don't we show you can get it in this life if you've got the power and the empowerment by the Lord to do it? Why are you accepting Narayan Raj as the authority when the authority of God is right in your face?
Exactly.
Yeah, right. Did you hear that many lifetime preaching for prema in the Narayan Raj thing? Did you hear them say that?
Yeah, probably I did. But
yeah, I mean, that was the big, you got to become perfect. You got to go from, bhajana kriya. First, you got to develop faith in Krishna to do the bhajan, the hard work of clearing yourself of all material desires by your big renunciation of the world. That we know how that pans out. You end up being pedophiles and all kinds of weird shit, man. Because you can't renounce the world like that. That is not real Krishna consciousness. That's what they teach, this dry renunciation stuff. And they wonder why they got turned out shamaranis. Intellectual stuff. They think that's it. No, that's not it, man. And why they look like they do. There's no, you got to taste this bhakti and you find out what real happiness is, man. That's why, I look at, when we have people here on the thing, you can see people smiling from their hearts, they're getting relief from material existence by the truth being preached. It's such a relief. You go to these preachings out there, it's like getting constipated. Yeah. They're walking around.
Yeah, it's poison. They're poisoned by themselves.
Yeah.
By that constipation.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, you got to know where the real path is ultimately. Anyway, we're here to reveal, hey, bhakti is here. The truth is here. Come get it. The food is being served now. The real food, the food that Kamalakanta knows not of. Feel Krishna has a deep love for Radha, that he uses these fakes like Narayan Shamarani to protect her and Vrindavan. Yeah, I mean, you got to come in the real door, man. This is what it comes down to. They show you that door. We're showing you this door. Which one do you want to walk through? Which one is the real door?
I'm going through you.
Yeah. And then if you have to find the real door, you get the real truth, man. You get the real bhakti. And then you'll have so many of these people that say, well, you're not right. You're wrong. You're this. But he said, well, God, I'm eating the ice cream. You're not eating the ice cream. I look at your face and I can't, you're not eating the real sweets, So don't tell me. That's what I look at these persons. Oh, you're Guru Dev. How come you look like that? How come you think like that? Where's your feelings, man? Where's your, to be a spiritual master has spiritual feelings. Where are your spiritual feelings? What is this intellect? That's not spiritual feeling in your mind. Shamarani, where's your ecstatic devotion like liberated souls? Isn't it just kind of simple, no brainer now when you think about yeah, we got examples of, the mercy of Lord Chaitanya is just pumping right out here, to everywhere, going to people, changing their lives and they're testifying and everything. And all you got are the big garlands around Shamarani, man. And thinking, wow, she must be bona fide. She got all the garlands like Prabhupada. That's what they've always done. The God Brothers did that. It's the God Brother line. They put themselves next to Prabhupada, but they're not really on that level. See, when you see Prabhupada's there with the real garlands, but what are those real garlands? He's garlanded by Krishna with his devotion, God's devotion. He's got that, man. Do you have that, Shamarani, or you just got the garlands?
Just the garlands.
I'd say you just got the garlands, man. You don't have that ecstatic love that Prabhupada has. You should be asking, does Gaur Hari Das have that love? Does he have
Absolutely.
that? No, I mean, any guru. You should, all gurus have to have that standard. Do they have are they garlanded with ecstatic devotion like Prabhupada? Wasn't that the inner teaching, really? Or are you impressed with the garlands like that? Oh, you see, I'm like Prabhupada. I got the garlands too. That is so neophyte to believe that. So superficial. And that's what we got in Vaishnavism. Superficialities. Stereotype. Well, let's garland somebody and we'll say, see, we put them next to Prabhupada. I couldn't believe that's why, Lalita reacted like that. I did the same thing when I saw these persons, these Gaudiya Vaishnava persons like Sridhar, and I go to the temple there in Santa Cruz, and they have a big picture of Sridhar Maharaj right next to a big picture of Prabhupada, and they're side by side on the same level. I said, well, what are they trying to say? They're on the same level, but they're not on the same level. If anybody thinks that, you're already in the fence to the parampara. Yeah, that's not the Bhagavad. Bhagavatam said the same thing. If anybody puts a personality on the same level as Lord Shiva, like Daksha or a Brahmin on the same level as Lord Shiva, is less intelligent. And that's what we have in Vaishnavas. They do that all the time. They put Shamarani on the same level as Prabhupada. Don't you see the picture, right? Garlands, same size, everything on the same level as Prabhupada. But they're not really. You're less intelligent. And I always known that with the Narayan Raj group. I saw that. I experienced in my conversations with those devotees when I got released from that. Now you bring me any Narayan Raj devotee here, we'll have a conversation. You'll see the difference. There's like a haze over them, a veil. Okay? Because they put this kind of bhakti, or that Prabhupada, see, with Prabhupada, they can't do that here because it's the same bhakti. Prabhupada, that's the real line, is the same bhakti, the same kind of understanding that's ascertained by deep bhakti. See, that's the real line. They don't know that. See, so they put the Shamaranis on the same level of Prabhupada. See, but it's external. See the garland. Oh, just if you put, they can't put Shamarani there with no garlands, otherwise you're not on the same level, right? But she's standing there with no garlands. She's not garlanded with the ecstatic devotion Prabhupada was with. She's nude before my eyes. She's standing there naked, personally. That's what I see, a naked woman there. She's not clothed with ecstatic devotion that Prabhupada was. So you neophytes out there, if you want to advance, you should listen to these talks here, which we cut through the mustard, cut through the, this superficial illusion that Maya is always trying to, make, trying to pollute the truth and mix in bad apples with transcendental apples, or good apples with a transcendental apple. That also spoils it. Good and bad is no. A Vaishnava who has realized Krishna is beyond material dualities. They're deeper than even Brahman oneness. They're in transcendental duality in relationship with the Yoga Maya, not Maha Maya. We kick Maha Maya's ass every day. I love it, man. Give me your ass. I want to kick it.
Really hard.
Show those little cheeks, man. Shamarani, I want to see those cheeks. Oh yeah, I see them, man. Those garlands. Oh, you don't have the clothing, man. We're gonna steal some of those garlands. Take them off. I mean, she's, it's like people misunderstand. They think, oh, you're against Shamaranis. I'm not against. I'm trying to help these people, these poor people. They're poor. I can't help it, man. The ecstatic devotion will make you rich, Shamarani. It'll make you have the real garlands. You can sit by Prabhupada. Like many here, we're making persons that are equal to Prabhupada, but in the right way. They don't consider themselves equal without having that family bond. Inherit the family jewels. You got to have the family crest jewels, which is this devotion. Yeah. It's that simple. Govinda, this is totally offensive. Sridhar would not lift one finger to help Prabhupada getting it. Yeah, it's just how it is. Until Prabhupada, got, famous. And then they come. Then they come and look. And they say, oh, yes, I want to help you. And you know what Prabhupada said? Oh, they want to help me now. Oh, yeah, of course. They want to come in here and take over. That's what Maya does. She wants to get in and take over. That's how it works. See, the Johans and all that, they come in and they actually want to take over, and they start doing that. He starts preaching. So, well, Gohari doesn't really know this, and about that. No, he's into Bitcoin and all these. You see, he's not a real devotee. In other words, he's not pure Krishna consciousness. All this. Prabhupada was very practical. All devotees can be, whatever Krishna shows them, and I mean, they utilize. Utility is the principle. If Krishna shows me something, I try to utilize it. Why not? That's intelligent. Yeah.
That's what Srila Prabhupada said, right?
Yeah. Utility is a principle, he called. Yeah. Utility. How do you utilize this? How do you utilize money even? Tamal said once an interesting pastime with Prabhupada. There was a Mayavadi a disciple of a guru, and so he was saying, well, my guru, he was a Mayavadi. He says, my guru, when money is in front of him, he just kind of plays. He goes, he's not attached. He throws it away. He doesn't care about it. See, my guru, so and Tamal said, yeah, but my guru is different. I watch him. He gets money. He counts it like a banker. And utilizes it. The Mayavadi, see, they don't think, it's not important or anything. To a devotee, they're beyond that. It's like, okay, proper utilization for things. Yeah. Yeah.
Gurudev, I got to go to work now.
Okay. Hey, have a good day.
See you later.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Haribo! All glories to you.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, another 3-hour class. Oh, boy. I try to keep it short. Yeah, anyway, the whole thing, the bottom line is, just whoever, I may not always do a perfect job preaching here because it seems a little harsh and stuff, but, I think we're evolving, gradually to more refined levels. Okay, so we got Jai Gohari there and stuff. Okay, so I think we'll end it now and come back a little bit later on. Maybe Lalita can give her class whenever she's around and up. Hare Krishna, everybody.